Like this?
Yep, right above the nose. There we go. So a new children's book tells the story of a Filipino-American boy finding pride and his culture and identity.
And it was written and illustrated by a pair of sisters from the area. Joining us now, author Lori Nakamura. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Jordan.
Yes.
Yes, I know we spoke to you during COVID over Zoom over your first book, but this is your second book.
Oh, what was the first
Pamilya.
book?
So the first book was Love is More Contagious. So that one was written more to help people who were dealing with the pandemic and being in quarantine. And this one is more about appreciating your culture and like finding your identity through your family history.
I love that. Now you're Filipino.
Yes.
And you work together with your sister. Tell us about what inspired you to write this book and the story behind it.
So mainly what inspires me to write any of these books is my kids. I'm always looking for stories to read to them, and a lot of times I can't find exactly what I'm looking for.
Now, what are their ages and what are their names? Say
So,
hi.
hi, Audrey and Amelie. Yes, Audrey is 10 and Amelie is 7. Actually, her birthday was just yesterday.
Oh,
Happy birthday!
And so I'm always looking for stories to, read to them, or any kind of story that kind of will help create discussions about certain things.
This is great because you're bringing it
yes.
home for them.
Exactly.
Teaching them culture.
Yes.
And I think it's important for everybody to put a little culture, like, oh, our grandparents came from
Right.
whatever country it is. This is so great. So tell us about this book. It's
So-
called Pamilya.
I think what makes this unique is it's a Filipino-American experience or story. And there are a lot of other Filipino authors out there that talk a lot about the culture. This one is, distinctly Filipino-American. So the character of the story is born in the United States. His family immigrated from the Philippines. He's never been to the Philippines. And so it's creating that story because I feel like a lot of people can relate to it,
Right.
especially people that live here or
Yeah.
even, overseas. Like Canada or whatever. But it's basically about him realizing that, my family's a little bit different maybe from my friends. They do things a little bit different. They eat different food. And then just learning about his identity and appreciating his identity and his culture through the love of his family and finding out his family's history, how they immigrated to America, all the sacrifices they made, to give him the life that he had. And knowing all those things kind of helps him embrace his culture a little bit.
What a beautiful story here. And your sister, Leah, actually was the illustrator. That's why we're
Yes.
showing pictures of it,
Yeah.
because it is a family affair here. And I love one of the last pages here. I'll just read a quick snippet. It says, I've learned that being different isn't something that is bad. It can start a conversation that we all know must be had.
Yes.
So it's just letting kids know that no matter what your culture is, no matter what your background,
Yes.
we're all the same, and we can all share that common bond together. right?
Exactly. And we wanted to write the story so that the story itself is uniquely Filipino-American, but really anybody from any ethnic background can relate to it.
Yeah.
Children of immigrants can absolutely relate to this story of how, feeling different, but also being very proud of who you are.
I love how you put the names of nanay and
Yeah.
ate, kuya, and you also put doon.
Yes.
With a picture of the pointing,
There it was.
Pointing with your lips.
pointing with the lips.
It is, yeah.
It's a Filipino
It's a
thing where you're pointing not with your fingers but with your lips. So doon.
We love that.
Yes.
You're pointing with your lips.
We do that all the time.
Oh my goodness.
But there's a lot of different, if you look at the pictures, there's a lot of like really personal touches that came from our childhood. So it was really fun to work with my sister on this because there's a picture of the red van we grew up with my dad, driving a Dodge Caravan
okay.
like all our lives. And
Scaring me because
the
I had
house.
that too. When
You
I-
did see? People can relate to it.
They
for
can.
sure.
They
and
can.
my dad used to make paroles.
Yes.
He used to make those
Christmas
out of
time.
tissue paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. So
This is
Pamilya
a
is the
great
name of the
book.
book. It's available on Amazon,
On
Barnes and
Amazon
Noble.
and Barnes & Noble, yes.
And it's so
online.
cool because you can take a picture with it, put it right under your face, and we're all the same.
Yes. And it's intentional, so we can see through the eyes of the boy, right, from his story. So
What's the
love
next?
that.
What's the next one? What's the next book? I like these.
I'm
books.
working on the next one.
Well, hurry up.
I
There
know.
you go. Support your very own. She's a local author and a mom as well.
Yes.
And a sister, and just inspiring
This is great.
another generation to take pride of where we come from and who we are.
Very important.
Yes.
What did you? What high school did you go to?
I went to Center High School in Antelope.
Okay, very good. Shout out to Center. Shout out
There
to
you
your
go.
daughter. Shout out to everybody
Go
else.
Cougars.
All your Filipino. Thank you, Lori. Very, very
Thank
much.
Thank you so
you.
much for that. All right, enjoy some bubbly while celebrating a local business's birthday celebration.
Fizz Champagne and Bubble Bar is turning 5 this year, and you're invited to the party. Molly stopped by